The car business is rapidly changing, and modern car dealers are meeting the demand. I'm Michael Cirillo, and together we're going to explore what it takes to create a thriving dealership and life in the retail automotive industry. Join me each week for inspiring conversations with subject matter experts that are designed to help you grow. This is the Dealer Playbook. You know, this all ties into why your personal brand is as powerful and impactful as it is, because you are demonstrating what makes a brand so strong. You know, like if I had $1 for every, sales pro over the last 7 years of doing my podcast who have messaged me saying, what do you think about going by like your Cadillac Guy, Reda? And I'd be like,
gosh.
Dude,
Don't get me started, dude.
If you spent the same energy just focusing on other human beings for a second, you wouldn't need to worry about your Cadillac Guy or your Chevy dude and all these kinds of things. You would actually just be doing the thing.
Michael, you are so right on, man. I get messages from people all the time. They're like, I don't even know them, right? And I have no idea who they are. I have no idea anything about them. They're like, what do you think about this logo? And I'm like, dude, I said, how long you been in the business? Well, I just started like a month ago. I started a year ago. You don't even know who you are in the business. How could you actually come up with something? How could you come up with a slogan when you don't even know what your thing is, right? You just want to be the car guy. You don't know anything about the cars. So you have to, so many people that start out because they see a lot of these guys that are doing well on social media with these brand names, but they've built a business to create that. You cannot force a name on yourself. It has to be given to you. It has to come to you based on your actions throughout your career. So I people call me all the time and they're like sending me stuff. I'm like, I don't even know you. I can't even answer that question because I have no idea who you are, what you do, how you do it.
It's almost like they're trying to reverse the whole process, right?
I said,
putting the
I'm like,
before the whole.
And I tell them that, and I'm like, I don't have a brand name. I said, I've been doing it for 20 years and I don't have whatever it is. I don't have Alibaba and I, sell magic rides. I don't know what they want me to come up with. Right. It sounds cool, but to me, it's like more like, people know me as Ali. Right. I mean, that's so cool. I think you know me as who I am. Right. Forget about everything else. And eventually you could have something that catchy slogan that comes up. And I have an employee that I hired, a salesman that I hired, not know if you're familiar with it or not, but I hired a salesman. His name is Carlos, and never sold a car before. And, he's 2 years in with me now and doing phenomenal. But it took me time, and all of a sudden he was selling a bunch of Silverados. I mean, he was just selling Silverados like they were like the last thing on earth. I mean, he was just doing so good with Silverados. So one day as I'm selling them, I'm like, man, you're the Silverado king. And then all of a sudden that just stuck, right? So all of a sudden, then now I can go with, if I want to put on his card, if I want to put somewhere, Carlos the Silverado King, because he actually fit the role. Had I tried to do that from day one and be like, man, I'm going to make you into Silverado King, it's not possible. I don't know who he is yet. So you have to be patient. You have to be patient in this business with so many things that happen in this business. If you are not patient, I mean, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. So if you're patient enough to build your business and let things develop, let that come to you. And then sometimes it'll come to you and sometimes it won't. 20 years later, don't like anything that ever came to me. I just like being myself, right? I don't want the slogan, but for him, it just came out and it works and it's fun. And by the way, 2 years in, he's averaging 50 cars a month.
Wow.
In relationship only, right? Never, doesn't take a phone up, internet lead, floor up. He literally came in relationship based only. I gave him the blueprint. I'm his manager. I'm his finance manager. I'm his coach. I'm his teacher. I'm his partner. And I gave him the blueprint. And he's actually a salesman that works for me. And this is his own numbers. This has nothing to do with the 209. It has nothing to do with my numbers. He's his own person. He just works under me for himself. And it's none of my customer base. But we built him up to the point where he hit 51 for the first time. And he's been averaging between 40, 45. And he hit 51, I think last month before. Which is phenomenal coming in, not knowing anything. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm proud of him.
Man. It still took 2 years.
2 years. Yeah, 2 years
Right.
in. 2 years
It wasn't
in.
day one. It wasn't day one. He was probably doing 5. Do you want 10 guys who do 10, or do you want 5 guys who start out doing 5 and then in 2 years they're doing 40?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we gave him the blueprint. It's there. It's proven, right? Anybody can do it. Again, it's duplicatable and it's learnable. And he followed that blueprint. He was the right person to do it. And we got him involved in his community. We got him involved in, we advertised him throughout his community, and that's how he built it. And all of a sudden, now that's what he's doing.
Man, this is, I just want to talk to you forever. How do we have just a Zoom that's open just for you and us? Just throughout the day, we can just like peer in and see what's happening over there at
it's just, I get crazy sometimes because I'm just passionate about it. Right. And I know that it's not, it's not just, it's me. I mean, it's possible for anybody. It's not like, I've done anything that's just, impossible. I believed in what was right. The car gods have been good to me. I followed my heart in many instances. I did it for the right reasons. I went out and got a coach, right? I got a trainer. I says, you know what? For everybody out there that's educating yourself, there was a point where I said, as a coach, they can see and do things that you cannot see or do, right? So my coach didn't change the way I talk. He didn't change the way I speak to customers. He didn't change my heart. He didn't tell me go say, this to a customer. All he did is made me aware of the best version of myself. When I became aware of why I feel the way I feel at certain times, why I don't like feeling certain things. Now I'm aware of it. I can become a better person, not a car salesperson. I can become a better person. And by default, I become a better car salesperson. But, and I thought, and I says, well, Michael Jordan has a coach, and, Tom Brady has a coach, and their coaches have coaches. So why would I be so naive to think that I don't need help with somebody that can see something that I can't see? And, really it became one of the best things I've ever done, is to understand that, hey, I can learn from somebody, and I use them till today.
I'm Michael Cirillo, and you've been listening to the Dealer Playbook Podcast. If you haven't yet, please click the subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. Leave a rating or review and share it with a colleague. Thanks for listening.